Novak Djokovic has won 24 Grand Slams. Novak Djokovic has continued to fire shots at tennis bosses as he explained that the Professional Tennis Players Association should have more influence when it comes to decision-making on the ATP Tour. Djokovic is the most successful men's player of all time after winning 24 Grand Slam titles. The Serbian has been in exhilarating form this year and picked up another 3 major trophies after winning the Australian Open, French Open and US Open. And now he is calling on the PTPA to be granted more power to look after players. In both ATP and WTA, players and tournaments each have a 50% share in decision-making, Djokovic said in an interview with Serbian outlet Sportal.rs. This fact alone guarantees that in most cases you will have a conflict of interest. I was a member of the Players' Council, but also the president, for a total of 6-7 years, and I know how things work. If you actually look at the structure of the system we use, you see that players get a smaller piece of the pie more than 90% of the time. Why? Because the system is based that way. It does not allow players to have a role in decision-making. And Djokovic also feels that some of tennis' biggest issues are largely ignored. Since there is currently a monopoly in tennis, as well as in other major global sports at that level, but I can only speak when it comes to tennis. It is quite strong. Many do not want to delve deeper into these topics, the 36-year-old added. Many media, also, who are in tennis choose not to write about this topic because it is not in the interest of those who pay them. It is a vicious game and a vicious circle, but, as long as I have a voice that is heard, I will use it, and I hope that tennis players like Marco Trungelliti will benefit in the near future from the organization PTPA, which we have already managed to say indirectly as well as directly to force the ATP to reconsider some decisions. Directly a little less because they don't allow us to enter the system and be part of the decision-making table, to have direct participation in the system, but indirectly we solved many things in a positive way and provoked them. Is that step enough? It's not, but I welcome it, and I am almost sure they did it because the PTPA and all the players support these initiatives and constantly communicate on the subject. They say how important it is to address it in the right way and to talk about things that are taboo topic. We constantly talk about how much a Grand Slam champion or number 1 in the world earns, but we don't talk about how many players can make a living from the sport they play. It is a replacement of theses, and I will continue to simply point out some things that are obvious and present, which they do not want to address.